This channel is supported by my online fishing courses, and you can learn more at saltstrong.com/Skinner. And I'm proud to announce my 5th book will be out mid-November 2022. Okay, and here's the new boat, a 1986 Grumman. They call it a 5-meter boat. So it's actually 16 feet 4 inches. I think the beam is 90. I'll go look that up. It's wide. It's 1 foot wider than my other one. It's nice and deep. I mean, come on, look how high the sides are. This boat was originally up in New Hampshire on a lake, and then it sat not used in Massachusetts for 12 years. I don't know if you can get a look at that bottom. It is shiny, it is clean. It is the opposite of my other boat. I mean, it's just, there's no corrosion because it was like mostly a freshwater boat. So, all right, here we go. Okay, you're going to get to evaluate this as I do. First thing is a speed check. So I've got my 40 horse from the other boat on here. That's a little underpowered for this. It's rated for up to 100 horse. It's a well-built boat. So yeah, all right, it's going to come in about 1 mile an hour slower than the other boat, but hey, it's going to do for now. Probably I'll repower down the road. All right, it's 200 pounds heavier than my other boat, but I saved 100 pounds by going to a lithium battery. It's a Roypow, R-O-Y-P-O-W. And I'll have links to that in the video description, and it's great because I can go on my phone, check out the status of the battery. And all right, so let's go off to the fishing, and yeah, this is going to be a great fishing trip. And I'm going to go over the boat when I get back and see how everything worked out. For the first fish in the new boat, got a pretty fast drift here, just trying to figure it out. 2.3 miles an hour. Some sea bass would be nice. Maybe I'll go in and try and get a striper or something after doing this, if I don't get them here. I did about a 1 minute test drift, and I had a 1 ounce bucktail on. It was too light. I had to go to 1.5 ounces. I'm out a little bit later than I wanted. The current's running. And so this is vertical snap jigging. I'm going to drop that jig. I'm going to watch the line, and I want to see float in the line to detect the bottom. And right now I'm just, pulling line off the reel, watching the line. As soon as I see float, I'm going to start snapping this jig. And then I'm basically watching, every time I touch bottom, I'm going to snap it again. And we'll see what happens. And I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't seen it, my old aluminum boat was crushed, and that video is on my YouTube channel. Oh, almost had my first fish. Oh, come on, almost had him again. There it is. All right. I just had to switch the jig size. Ooh, that's a good size sea bass. Boy, and that was hit 3 times there. Oh, yeah. That's exactly the kind I'm looking for. Okay, first fish in the new boat. Look at the size of that. Right on the mark. Perfect. Woohoo. What the hell? Good sized fish, whatever that was. So on the first, this is a brand new line, just put it on this morning. And so it was really tight on the spool on that 1 ounce bucktail too, so that didn't help. But hey, you know what? That was like, the sea bass were all over it on that drift. Oh boy, that sure looked like a hit. There he is. Ah, dropped him. They are thick up here. Oh, there he goes. Oh, this is the Jig and Bounce Dark Matter Skinner spin. Hey, I know the reel is noisy. It's old. It's very heavily used. I'm going to just keep using it. Oh, God, the size of these things. Oh, nice. Didn't do a good job of stopping the boat. And whether that's going to cost me or not, I don't know. No matter what kind of drift fishing you do, when you come up on the top of the drift, you got to stop the boat, put it in reverse, stop the boat. And I didn't do it right this time. And then, you know, hey, it's the new boat, right? You know, I'm not familiar with it yet. And so, yeah, my comment, is it going to cost me? Yeah, well, yeah, it is, because, you know, I didn't get that jig down to the bottom. I scoped a little bit. But, hey, I'm going to be able to drift a little farther back without hooking a fish, and let's see what happens. Just ended up getting him a little farther down with the drift. Smaller. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. First striper in the new boat. All right, well, that's 3 drifts with the 1.5 ounce and 3 fish, so. Bye. Okay, do a better job this time, though. Yeah, I guess that's going to be a striper. All right, so other than the drift where I got snagged, it's 4 for 4 on this jig. Yeah, I lost 1 drift because I hung bottom, and then I ran back up to save the bucktail, and I got it back. But otherwise, so far, 4 drifts, 4 fish. And you need the right kind of bucktail for this. You don't want something too bulky. You need something that's going to get down fast, still look really good. This is an S&S Skinner Gulf Series bucktail. Got 3-mile-an-hour drift, even with the, whoop, there it is, saw the bump, even with the wind holding it up. And another bass, and that's just another striper. That's just fine with me. I am going to run a little farther up next drift, see if I can hit the sea bass. But this is, other than the hang on the bottom, this is 5 and 5 drifts. Another crowded day out on the water, too. Oh my God, it's a sea bass. Wow. That's some fight. That's good. Get to eat them. So a real important part of this fishing is you've got to be able to see that line, you know, because you're snapping it, and then as it sinks, what happens is you see a twitch when the fish hits it, or you need to see that, you know, quick little momentary float when it hits bottom so you can snap it again. So I've got, this is Seagar Smackdown Flash Green line. It's very bright, shows up beautifully, so it's very easy to, you know, see what's going on, see the hits, see the bottom collisions. And 10-pound test, very important. Very thin braided line. Line is smooth, it's thin, very little drag in the water. You would not want to use anything thicker than 10-pound test for this. You also need the right rod for this, and longer rods don't work well. This is 6 feet 3 inches, and you need the right kind of taper. This is actually the spin version of the very popular Dark Matter Skinner jig and bounce rod, which originally designed for fluke, but turns out to be great for jigging for a lot of other things as well. Yeah, sounds like I have some company. Yeah, what language is that, and what are they saying? Oh yeah, whoa. Okay, wanting to try some other stuff. I've moved. Watch up there on that smooth water and ahead of the boat. Holy crap. Albies. 100%. Okay, my first sighting of the year. Yeah, I'm on Eastern Long Island Sound. Great to see. We're going to see some more. I'm going to move in a little tighter to the beach now, though. Okay, I'm up closer to the beach. Going to cast over some shallower structure, maybe 15 feet of water or so. Looking to see if there's some stripers here. Okay, right off, I'm liking this casting platform up here. Really, I have a better rod for this. I've got a lighter version for this kind of fishing, but I put an albie jig on it, so I'm going to use this rod. For casting, it's going to work out just fine, but same concept. Let it settle. I'm using a lighter weight jig here, 1 ounce. Let it settle, hit the bottom, twitch it, snap it, and like I said, just trying to see if there's some stripers and tighter to the shore. I was catching plenty of sea bass. Out there I have plenty in the cooler, but I want to see what's in here. And I am spot locked with the trolling motor. Okay, bluefish, and as it would turn out, there were quite a few in here. I did not get any bass. I got bluefish, and I got a couple of small sea bass, but the stripers weren't in here. Water temperature's like 73, 74, pretty warm. So, yeah, maybe they're not quite in those shallows yet. So I ran back to where I saw the albies, and I'm going to take some casts with a deadly dick. And, of course, if you cast one direction, you know where those fish are going to show up. Right through them, just couldn't get a hit. Yeah, definitely albies. I can see the forked tails. Looks like they could be on small anchovies, and that was the one time they boiled up really well. But all right, so then I moved back out just before quitting. I wanted to just check this rip again, and now the tide is really ripping. Drift speed's about 3.5 miles an hour, and just was curious to see if they're still hitting. Oh, there we go. All right, and I bought this boat by casting a wide net on Craigslist, and the boat and the trailer, $2,500, no motor. God, that's some nice fillets on him. Oh wow! Oh. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's review what was found with the boat. Just came in with it. Got a little bit of a leak, but hey, I mean nothing compared to the other boat. Got the 40 on there. It's maybe a mile an hour slower than the other boat, but you know what? I'm probably going to repower it. But oh, so hey, right there. That battery, so this saved me space and it saved me weight. I have to look up the weight. I think it's like 44 pounds or something, as opposed to two 62-pound batteries to power the trolling motor. It's a Roypow, R-O-Y-P-O-W, and I'm going to show the app that you can just pull up on your phone and check the power and everything, the status of the batteries. And here's the app for the battery, and this is great because I can see the power, I can see the status of the battery. This is something I don't have on the lithium that's on my kayak, and yeah, I really miss knowing this information. So that was huge because, hey, on a boat like this, weight, space, all of that, really important. So I'm really psyched to have that lithium battery in there. But yeah, it was quite a bit of work. I had to take everything off the old boat, which, if you haven't seen the video, has met an interesting ending. So yeah, that video's up on my YouTube channel. Yeah, just figuring out the whole mount for the trolling motor. But yeah, it's it's good, it's solid, and move over the winch, everything else, and that's it. So it's looking real good. All right, and here's the next day. I've put the plug in, not filled the boat, but I put some water in the boat, and have identified what I think is the main leak. It's really this rivet here. This guy, I don't know if you can see that, it's leaking, and that's what's causing that water drip farther back. So that looks like the main one. But hey, in general, I've got very minor leaks on a couple other rivets, but in general it's dry and it's really clean. So yeah, I'm real happy with it. This is something I can deal with. At least the floor is not rotted. So all right, leave a comment if you have a suggestion on how to fix that leak from the outside with some kind of sealant. Yeah, I know I should get it from the inside, but I'll do that later. All right, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out my online courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner.